Shopping for first generation Cascadias and you've ever been in one, this is going to look very, very familiar. But I'll show you a few notable things this truck has before I even climb up into the driver's seat. Here under the driver's seat is a battery cutoff. So if it's parked for an extended period of time, you can have no parasitic draw on the batteries. You've got an inverter there, and here in the sleeper, the bed lifts up. You've got the vents there, and you've got all the storage you'd expect from a full height condo sleeper. The only thing notable on this, other than the new Dometic fridge, is it has no top bunk. Now, the top bunk literally just slides in on these rails, and you can flip it up and anchor it there and there out of the way, so you can pop a new one in. But this one doesn't have it, and previous operator put a little rail up there with carabiners for more storage and that kind of stuff. It's got a big old Vibe mattress in the back, so it's nice and squishy. And you've got all the usual controls for when the truck is running. These are the sleeper controls here for your HVAC. Up here, all your lighting controls, mute, all that stuff. This is the controller for the Thermo King APU. And then before we move forward actually, this is notable. These are never here. These are always broken. The desk with the little flip top still works. Now up here in the captain's seat, you'll see two notable things. One, this actually has the driver's airbag in it, which is not that commonly spec'd on these Cascadias. Allegedly, it makes insurance ever so slightly cheaper as a safety thing. But then moving through the gauge cluster, it has the full suite of gauges. And up here, you'll see, if my phone will actually focus, 720,000, just shy of 721,000 miles. And that is the entire life of the truck. Got no codes on the diag, and you can even see 17,500 hours as well, which is cool because if we move over here, this is a fuel economy minder that has never been reset for the entire life of the truck. So if you look at it as you scroll through, 7.5 average miles per gallon, over almost 96,000 gallons of fuel consumed. Pretty remarkable, and that gives you a really, really good idea of what you can expect for fuel burn rates, and you can extrapolate fuel costs from that. This is your gear indicator for the Eaton auto shift transmission with the Freightliner smart shift control, which it's just a really simplified automatic transmission control. Manual and automatic mode, so you can force it to hold gears and use it like a paddle shifter if you're coming down grades and need your jakes, or push in this little guy here down to drive. Low locks it into first, neutral, and up to reverse. Speaking of the jakes, dial in high, mid, and low here and turn them on from the wheel here. Cruise controls are over here, and you notice we're idled up a little bit. That's because this truck has that either 3 or 5 minute idle out timer, but you bump it up 1 notch on the cruise control to set the idle up, it'll bypass it. Or, you know, if you have a trailer, you can always leave the trailer brake on, knock the tractor brake in, and it won't shut off either. Trailer brake, you have the trolley brake handle here, so you can manually cycle the trailer brakes if you want. Also kicks the cruise off when you do that. And then forced regen here, traction control to allow for wheel spin, hill start, override, and then all the usual buttons and switches. Over here, the notable thing, interaxle diff lock, air sliding fifth wheel, and your suspension bag dumps. Simple, easy. These trucks are like the Malibus or the Camrys of trucks. They're not masters at any one particular thing, but they're really, really good at doing just about everything you could ask them to. And their running costs are generally some of the lowest on the market. Between the good aerodynamics for fuel efficiency, that Cummins up front, the Eaton automated manual transmission underneath it, it's just pretty simple, and components are everywhere, and any known bugs have been worked out, so it really helps keep your cost per mile down. Quick clip of us rolling down the highway, cruise control set at the governed speed of 72, just under 1400 RPM, running good, running smooth. Instant MPG sitting at about 11.5, but we are bobtail, so you know. But yeah, it is just an absolutely effortless drive, and remarkably enough for this being bobtail, it's really not shaking or rattling. There's no play in the wheel. There's no pull left or right as I move over a lane here. Yeah, look. Centered up in the lane. Completely hands-free. Track's good. Drives good. Ready to make you some money. Good ease of use thing with this automatic transmission. Let's say you forget to move that slider there into neutral. It'll kick you into automatic neutral so it doesn't try to fight the brakes on the truck. Just above those 11R 22.5 Alcoa aluminum rims is that 450 horsepower X15 Cummins. Just idling away. Hear the air dryer hiss there. Around the back, we got a 100-gallon passenger tank. Got the rear HVAC unit that ties into the APU. Tri-Pack Evo APU. 11R 22.5s on Steelies out back. And back here we've got a mix of virgin rubber and Bandag retreads. The air suspension in the back drops the switch up front, and it's got an air slide and fifth wheel. Tank over here, 140-gallon driver's side tank for 240 total gallons of fuel. And up underneath the driver's step is your battery box and your def tank. Pop those two pins, and you can drop the whole step to access everything. Now that she's shut off and we can hear a little bit better and I can narrate a little bit more clearly, give you all a closer look at this 450 horse X15 Cummins. Naturally, feel free to pause the video, do whatever you want to do, take closer looks at everything, but we all know that these X15s are known for pretty straightforward maintenance and a pretty darn good reliability factor as far as like parts, cost of ownership, all that stuff. But moving you in so you know I'm not messing with you. There's that 450 horse plaque, and even more remarkably, this X15 is paired with that 10-speed Eaton auto shift. It has gotten a lifetime fuel economy of 7.5 miles a gallon. The system was never cleared over 720 some thousand miles. That's loaded, idling, bobtail, empty, all of it. It's burned like 96,000 gallons. It's pretty remarkable that it's never been cleared, and it gives you a really clear picture of cost of ownership and what you can anticipate in fuel costs. So really quick, this is the Davco 483. It's a fuel water separator and filter that the fuel passes through before it gets to your secondary fuel filter there. If you're a fleet owner, independent driver, or an owner-op, and you want to do some light, simple maintenance to extend the life of that filter there in between PMs, this is super easy to change. All you need are one of these filters, this 8-inch filter wrench, and something clean to catch the diesel after you sump it. Since we're on dirt, I'm just going to sump it straight down, but you can catch fuel. This is the sump on the bottom. Crack this open to let air in, and just a quick that to purge any scum off of the bottom. Then you remove this cap entirely. Use that filter wrench to take this ring off, and you can swap the filter. Wrench on, top off. Use that purge and your clean container to catch as much fuel as you can so you can refill this so it doesn't lose prime. Once you get the fishbowl off the top, there's your filter there, and you can see a little bit of fuel left in the bottom. That's good because that helps prevent it from losing its prime, so it'll start right back up. These filters all come with new O-rings for the main body and for that little cap, and they all have a full line showing where you should change it when the fuel level rises to that level, showing a fuel restriction. This particular fishbowl also has the red line on top. You can change it when it hits that, or a little bit before when it's about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way up the filter. That's entirely up to you. Clean up your fish bowls and the mating surfaces. Remove the old O-rings. Take your new O-rings, give them a little bath and diesel to lubricate them, and pop them on. Then taking the same or another clean container, sump down until the fuel level is almost to the bottom. You can wipe out the bowl if you desire, and then you can put the new filter in, secure it, brim it, and you're good to go. Now when you're tightening this down, remember it's a plastic lock ring. So you go until that top stops spinning, and then just a little bit more to lock that lock ring in. Once you got the lock ring in place, just go ahead and pre-fill right through the top. Bring the level in it up and let some of that clean diesel soak into the filter. Again, preventing it from losing its prime. Tighten the top down till it clicks. Wipe everything off one last time. And give it half a second. Do its usual beeps and clicks. Boom! Quick, easy, and good preventative maintenance. Wondering how well the auto shift handles in low-speed urban environment? There you go. Keeps track of what it's doing pretty well. Jakes will still bring you down to about 15 before you got to hit the air yourself. And yeah, like I said, when you're light, it can skip gears. When you're doing tighter maneuvers like this, it'll usually just go one at a time. And you know what? Show you no real frame slam or airbags being weird. Right over the railroad tracks.